Hi everyone, my name's Teresa and I work here at the Montana Raptor Conservation Center in Bozeman, Montana. And today we are going to be continuing our talk on feathers. This here is Chaco, and he is one of our education ambassadors, and he's what's called a Swainson's hawk. Now, Swainson's hawks are common here in Montana, but only in the spring and summertime because they do have a very long fall migration, oftentimes all the way down to Argentina in South America. Now, Chaco is going to be an example for us on something that feathers can be really helpful for, especially for hawks. It's called counter shading. So the coloration on Chaco's feathers are going to help him to be identified as a Swainson's hawk, but also they're going to help him blend in. Now, a lot of times when we talk about camouflage, it is often with birds like owls or prey animals like grouse or pheasant. They have lots of excellent camouflage. But with hawks, they have a type of camouflage called counter shading. So when they're hunting for their prey, they're often up against a light colored sky when they're flying. So even though Chaco has quite a bit of brown on his belly, quite a bit of brown on his belly, it is a lot lighter than the dark gray kind of brown, oh, there we go, dark gray brown of his back. So his lighter belly is going to help him to blend into the sky when he's looking for prey. And then he's not the only predator in the sky, so the dark of his back and his head and his upper part of his tail is going to help him to blend in with the ground. Let's say a eagle or a larger hawk flies over him, he will actually blend in a little bit more with the ground because of that dark coloration on his back. So as I said, his coloration can help him be seen as a Swainson's hawk. So a lot of people often can see a Swainson's hawk and maybe think that they might be a red-tailed hawk. Now, one thing that can be helpful is that he has a dark gray tail instead of a brick red tail of an adult red-tailed hawk. The hard thing, though, is that Swainson's hawks, when they're younger, when they have juvenile plumage or they're not quite 1 to 2 years old, they have lots of spotting all over their bellies, and their backs are much more light brown, and their tails are more of a light brown with striping. They look quite a bit like juvenile red-tailed hawks. So red-tailed hawks, before they reach about 2 years of age, they actually don't have a brick red tail. So identification can be rather tricky for these birds when they are younger, and a lot of hawks don't get their adult plumage until they're about 1 to 2 years old. Oh, and what Chaco did, all sorts of talking. What Chaco did right there is called a rouse. And a rouse is something that birds will do, and you might have seen it when he did that. They actually clear the dust and dirt out of their feathers by kind of opening up all their feathers. You could see him get a little fluffy, so there's creating space in between his feathers. And then he shook all that dust and dirt out and directly onto my face because he is such a nice man. I hope you learned a little bit more about hawk feathers, and I hope you enjoyed all of the sounds that Chaco made today, and have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions, please list them in the comments below. Thank you so much.